Welcome to the Zen Zone. Zen Lee here. We have an exciting video for you. We are going to cover some cutouts, some Oryx cutouts. Guys trying to do that 70 miles per hour and cutting out some major issues with this Oryx. Potentially, this prototype of this Oryx, major issues. We're going to cover those and address all those issues. But I'm going for a ride. I'm going from here, where I live, all the way to the top of Mount Charleston. Whew. It's going to be an epic ride. I go from the burning hot desert, 105 Fahrenheit, up into alpine forest on one single charge, not even bringing my charger with me. 9,000 foot elevation all the way up into pristine alpine forest, and I'm going to take you along for the ride while we delve into these issues and the release of the new Inmotion wheel. Peoples are excited. I am super excited to see Inmotion step into the racing game. I am excited to see any company, EUC company, step into the racing game. Inmotion's even sponsoring races now. The new TEF1 race, which is currently sold out, but we're all crossing our fingers that some more tickets open up, because I would actually like to participate and maybe even use this Oryx at that race. My race wheel, the good race wheel, may even be here by then, so I might be competitive. So I can potentially train with my Oryx now and then switch to the race wheel, or I really like this Oryx. I might even race with it. So on this journey, we have lots of things to talk about, but first off, I want to show off my new kicks. Got these on Amazon. I don't know if you guys saw my other racing shoes from Spain, but they have been falling apart. So I have gotten 2 new pairs of racing shoes. These ones come in white and black, so if you don't like this white looking style, you can get the black ones as well, and they were only 40 bucks for a good quality racing shoe. That's a pretty good affordability rate. Has really good ankle support. It feels great on the pedals, good grip. I have nothing bad to say about it, except there doesn't seem to be much ventilation, but I don't think there's much ventilation on any sort of racing shoe. So on a hot day like this, well, I kept moving pretty much the whole time, so I didn't get my feet sweaty at all. So I don't know. There's not much negatives to say about them. They're 40 bucks. They're gonna protect your ankles. They got protection in all kinds of good areas, and I really like them. So for 40 bucks, I really think you can't go wrong. I'll put the link for these in below, and I got another pair on the way. Also, at the end of this ride, my Grizzly package arrived with some new pads.
All right, here's the first glimpse of where we're going. You can't even see the biggest mountain yet, but we're going all the way to Mount Charleston, all right? All the way.
So we are going 43 miles uphill. It's going to be a total of around 9,000 foot elevation gain. There is no other EUC that could likely go all the way to the top and back without bringing a charger. I think only perhaps the 4,800 watt Master Pro could do it, but the Oryx, I would wager, has, even though it has 100 watt less battery, is more efficient with the higher voltage, and your 8 will be able to go higher speeds, sustain those higher speeds for longer. I averaged about 40 to 50 miles per hour going up, and then coming down, I had the regen quite a bit. If you guys could take a moment to leave a like, a thumbs up, a comment, a subscribe, it really helps me out. I am the EUC content creator with the most videos produced and the most views, minus Yurabasum, because she just makes some good content, some popular content, all right? But I'm number 2. Your boy is number 2. Most videos, most views, that's including all my platforms. I think even just on YouTube, I have the most views, including my shorts and long form videos. Viral videos, the first EUC racer in the world. These videos take a lot of work and effort. I'm risking my life on this new prototype wheel for you guys, so that when you guys get this wheel, you'll be happy with it. It is my favorite wheel still, despite all these issues cropping up. I'm not having any issues with my wheel except for the ones I will talk about. So again, your likes, your comments, your shares, using discount code ZenZone helps me stay in the game to buy new wheels, new equipment, these new shoes. So your guys' support means everything to me. You're the reason I'm making these videos. And it's not too hard to support. Just hitting that like button, watching the video all the way through, commenting really helps me out. All right, let's go ahead and get into these issues. First off, this is Electric Dreams, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments below. And he brakes really nicely, and you can see how the wheel tilt backs, right? Now, this is not an issue. This is a riding preference. He is riding in soft mode. And when you ride in soft mode, it has this delayed sort of braking and acceleration. Mine doesn't do this at all. I think I'll make a video in the future addressing these directly, like showing footage side by side. But when you're riding in hard mode, it doesn't brake like this. It brakes perfectly fine. People complain often about the leaperkim firmware, and it is not perfect. But a lot of their issues are just not adjusting the wheel. So when they're demoing someone else's wheel, that firmware, they're not used to it, and they didn't adjust it to their style. So they're like, oh, I don't like leaperkim firmware. And that kind of like grows and snowballs, right? The reality is there's a lot of adjustments you can make on leaperkim firmware. A lot of adjustments. They got the pedal assist, the pedal braking assist, all kinds, the hard mode. There's so many different settings now. Even on the Lynx, I think the Lynx has so many different settings that I'm not even like up to speed on all these new settings. Bottom line is this is just soft mode, so this is not an issue. First one's not an issue. Okay, second thing here, 200 volt MOSFETs on 176 volt wheel. I don't know anything about this. Like, my wheel's running just fine. It runs great, great accelerations, great braking. I'm getting tons of range. I don't know if this is an issue. Anyone that's really technically savvy, is this a bad thing? And I don't even know if this is true, that these are, maybe this is just a one-off. I have a brand new board, so maybe I should check. But it doesn't matter to me as long as my wheel's running fine. Like, so this is a non-issue for me. Okay, next issue. Do we have a next issue? Roll the tape. Okay, same thing here. He's running this in soft mode. Oh, it skipped ahead. Okay, so he's braking here. Same thing as Electric Dreams. Oh my gosh. So same thing here. You can see how it just tilts back. That's because he's riding in soft mode. If you guys don't want this, put it in hard mode. I'm running at 80%, which is perfect. It feels great. Okay. Next issue is the biggest one. The suspension being not the greatest. There's been one case, I think, of this suspension leaking. One case. And because of this one case, they're completely redesigning the suspension. It will be on all the production units. For people like me that bought the pre-production, they're sending new suspension. So this one issue, I know it seems bad. And honestly, the suspension, adjusting it is very difficult for me. I hope they fix that as well. I could get it to do 2 clicks. And the suspension's not bad, but I much prefer the feeling of and the ease of adjustment of the previous models of suspension, the Sherman L and Lynx. And the Patton S. I prefer that suspension better so far. Hopefully they fix it in the new one that's coming, because yeah, I would say the suspension is the weakest point for me personally. So yeah, this has been kind of pretty on. Oh, one issue has been kind of like over dramatized. I think we have to understand, guys, that not everyone can afford a leaperkim wheel. They don't offer discounts and aren't like trying to undercut dealers like some of the other companies. I shouldn't say names, but you guys know, like a lot of these dealers or a lot of these manufacturers now are opening up their own dealerships in the US and maybe even in Europe, and they're undercutting the price of the other dealers. They're competing against the other dealers, and they have the best cards because they're the one that makes the wheel. leaperkim is not doing that, all right? So there's a lot of like people that are hating on leaperkim. 1, because they can't afford it. 2, because they can't get it for a good price. You can't really get good prices on them. Like, there's no sales really. Those are 2 issues. And the third is polarization. Most issues you see on the forums are for other wheels, and they get bashed. Oh, you're buying big good, blah 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 blah. And so when there's an issue on a leaperkim wheel, those guys are polarized, and they're the ones attacking, creating native content like this. So keep those things in mind, all right? So here, same thing. He's just leaning back. He's running in soft mode. This is not an issue. Just put it on hard mode. Simple. So it's saying no suspension, but you can clearly see that there is suspension. It's nice, right? Yeah, this is nice suspension overall. He's soft mode riding. Okay, random cutout, okay? Random cutout, this is hard to see. But he's going really fast. I think this is like 60 plus miles an hour, 60 something, really high. Let me know in the comments below. We could just Google this. But 111 kilometers per hour. Boom, goes down. You could see in the video when it's not zoomed in, yeah, it jumps from 85 to 100%. What I believe what happened here He was already going super fast, and I guarantee you he was using the pedal acceleration turned up, which is bugged right now. I've already reported it in previous videos. I've already reported it to leaperkim. They are fixing that. So the acceleration is what's boosting up the PWM and what caused it to jump to 100%. He didn't even necessarily have to torque it. If you saw the vibrations in my video, I posted in my very first video a lot of these issues and that they're being worked on. Those vibrations are probably what created that excess jump in PWM. That's a theory. I don't know whether it's true, but let's see what leaperkim does about it. This is kind of an issue if you're going fast. You should not be going over 65 miles per hour. I know I put 70 miles per hour, and I still believe I could hit that because I would turn off my pedal acceleration, and I weigh 20 pounds less than the guys hitting these top speeds, so that helps a lot. But if you are over 170, I would not be pushing it up to 70. I would not push it past 65. There's no reason really to break a speed record. Anyways, you guys don't get any prizes. The two guys that have kind of broken the speed record, they're fighting amongst each other. No, I got it. I got it. Yours not GPS. Mine's GPS. And it's just, they're not getting anything. They're not getting any sponsorships. There's not in the Guinness Book of World Records or anything like that. There's nothing, right? It's just a little bit of clout. And it's not worth the risk of crashing your brand new wheel, in my opinion. I'm not trying to break any speed records. I'm comfortable that I can hit 65 miles per hour. That's good enough for me and good enough for most races, all right? Okay, and he looks like he's fine. No push, whatever. Seated. Yeah, I guarantee you he was running pedal acceleration. Could be wrong. Okay, could be wrong. The wheel looks pretty good, surprisingly. All right, this clip, completely out of context. I was saying, guys, I buy all wheels. I am not just a leaperkim fanboy. I'm a Goat fanboy. I'm a Motion fanboy. I love their beginner wheels. Not so much a King Sung fanboy at the moment. I like Nosfet. I'm a Nosfet fanboy. I would buy an Arrow if I had. I'm pretty much going to leave the U.S. soon, I think, so there's no need to stock up on wheels. The Oryx is good for me getting out and having adventures, and then I have the race wheel to compete in the 1 or 2 more races that I'm going to do here in the U.S., all right? I don't need to buy a ton of wheels. But if I am settled down somewhere, the Arrow would be high on my list of wheels to buy. All I'm saying here is I would trade a lower voltage wheel for a higher voltage wheel, particularly the race wheel. It's 210 volts. I have a race coming up potentially. I think there's one at Apple Valley, and then maybe spots will open up TEF1. I would trade my Patton 126 volt or my Sherman L for that race wheel just so I can be competitive in that race. That's all I'm saying here. Got taken way out of context. And this is what happens, guys. People will grab clips of you, put them out of context, get you in trouble with the manufacturers, get you in trouble with the dealers. As a content creator, we have a crappy job. We don't get a lot of love. Well, it's funny. In the U.S., I don't get a lot of love. In Europe, I was treated like a celebrity. So thank you guys for liking my videos and commenting. That helps more than anything. Keeps my morale up. Because sometimes, man, it's rough. Like, people try their best to make you look bad, and it's not hard for me because I make so many videos, man. It's easy to find clips of me saying something that isn't accurate or is easy to misconstrue, and that's basically what happened here. So next up, tilts to the side. I'm not having this issue at all. This is probably just wind, and look, you can see the terrain's kind of tilted this way. So that's probably, it's a tall wheel and its pedals. I lowered my pedals, by the way. Oh, that's something I wanted to address in this video, and I actually have some footage to answer some questions. No, I am not scraping my pedals. It's a small lower, but it's a very impactful lower. I think it lowers them down to about here. I recommend lowering the pedals. That's going to help with wind resistance and this tilting to the side. This is a non-issue. Tilts to the side. Lower your pedals. Maybe these are lowered, but this is just like seating posture. Mine's not tilting to the side at all. This is not an issue. It's funny. They are trying to find anything and everything. This looks like an alignment issue here. Is that the case? But it's just a picture, so maybe it was spinning. All right, this vibrations I've already covered. I kind of was upset with Psycho for putting this out because he put it out in Spanish. He's the only one in Spain or Mexico or anywhere that speaks Spanish with this wheel. And I already made leaperkim aware of this issue. So he's basically putting out this issue saying with the fix, which is to turn off the pedal acceleration, but it's a fix for nobody because by the time the production model comes out, it's going to be fixed. People are sending me this, oh, what about the vibrations? I'm like, oh my gosh, I've already addressed this. leaperkim knows about it. Cycle really shouldn't have made this video, but he has the right to do it, you know? It's his, it's just taken, these vibrations are from the, if you turn this pedal acceleration off, these go away, all right? You cannot recreate this with that off. It's a bug we've already talked about in previous videos. It is an issue, but it's not an issue because it's being fixed. All right, this one's the only one that's kind of disturbing to me. So, but his wheel beeps at him and warns him. Oh, it's just music. It does beep and it warns him. It's not like it just cuts out, and it doesn't look like light rain to me. This looks like pretty heavy rain. Now, this wheel is not IP rated as far as I know. Always, even on wheels that are IP rated, I put a cover over the top because that's where the motherboard is. And there is always a chance that water gets in there. I do it with all my wheels. When I was in Astorius where it was raining a lot, even the V13, I put a cover over it. Why? Why not? You can't see the screen, but who cares? You're protecting your wheel. Riding in rain in general is not the best idea. You're slipping so easy. But if you have to commute, put a cover over your wheel. All right, I think that covers most of those issues. If you know about any other issues that you would like me to address, let me know. So far, there's not really any major issues that leaperkim doesn't know about that you need to be scared of if you got a production model. You don't really need to be scared. This is kind of just being blown out of context, a lot of this. There are some issues, but they're being dealt with. It's a pre-production wheel, all right? It definitely has good suspension. It's not the best suspension. All right, that's enough of this. Let's get back to our journey. You can see that we have come from complete desert desolation to there being a little bit more shrub, a little bit more greenery. I'm curious if you guys like this sort of video. It's a long video with journey, information, and we're going to be covering the new Inmotion wheel here in a minute. I'm curious if you like this sort of video, or this video really could have been 3 separate videos. 1 talking about the Oryx issues, 1 the journey, and 3 the Inmotion. But I'm putting them all together in one video. I'm curious if that is good, if you guys like that, or would you prefer shorter videos, you know, each kind of focused, not so much of a news flash with all kinds of different stories. I'm curious what you guys would prefer. You can let me know in the comments what you prefer, what you think of this journey so far. I think I'm out about 60% battery. I've come about 20 miles. I've gained about 4,000 foot elevation. And man, this terrain, the air starts to cool down. The terrain starts to become more beautiful. I can't believe that this wheel gives me access to areas no rider in the world has ever done what I'm doing in this video, going all the way up Mount Charleston, not even bringing a charger. There are some charge points up at the top, but they're kind of hard to find. It may not be good. A lot of issues that I've seen here in Vegas is people are not allowing EUCs to charge anymore. Why? Do you know why? Can anybody guess why they're not allowing EUCs or e-bikes to charge? Mostly EUCs. We're kind of banned from charging in a lot of popular places. In fact, in Lake Las Vegas, my friend was surrounded by security for charging recently in a spot we had charged many times before. Anybody going once, going twice? The reason is we're blowing their fuses. We pump in 5 different wheels on fast chargers and those fuses blow, and those people do not want you ever charging there again, blowing their fuses, right? It's probably an issue that other people are having. It is a major issue. I think now your only option is to find like car, if you want a fast charge, is to find car charging points and tap into those with the adapters. I don't have one anymore. I think it's a J1772 adapter of some sort that allows you to charge your wheel in car charging places, and those you cannot blow. It's kind of our only option now. Or you can buy an Oryx, which you don't need a charger to go up into the mountains. 9,000 foot elevation. I don't know that many people have climbed so much on one charge without bringing a charger on this wheel. I love this wheel. It may not be a race wheel, it may not be the fastest wheel, but in terms of long range and adventure, I think it is unbeatable. I've only used 2 bars, but we got to go up, so I don't know if we have enough battery to make it, and I did not bring my charger, so I don't know. Let's see. Okay. We are at 70% battery, so 70% battery.
and we got to go way up there. This road goes up, around, and we're going to go to like a mountain that's even taller than this one over there. So I think it's another 2,000 feet of elevation gain. We're at 70%. I did not bring a charger. Whew, I think I can do it if I just take it easy on the uphills, and then when we're coming back, I can turn it back up a bit. But I didn't bring a charger, so this is a bit risky. Let's do it. I'm down the track. If we get to like 50%, definitely need to start coming back. But should get some mad regen coming back is what I'm hoping. Hoping for the regen. Now I could, there's a cabin here where I could charge. There's a place to eat. I don't think that lets you charge. Oh, it smells so good up here. It's so, oh, I think it's the alpine, the pines. Oh my gosh. It smells so good. But we have to go up this road. It's so much cool. So we're going to Lee Canyon, not Mount Charleston. There's like a log cabin, lots of hikes, lots of homes. People live up here. But we are going to the ski resort, which is even higher. So please stay on the trail. Do not feed. Okay. Maybe we'll see a wild burro. But now we got to go up. And I'm going to take it a little bit easy on this uphill. But we're at 70%. 70%. I wonder if our cell phone reception. Check to see what reception we have on that.
And the racing, I think, is questionable. I really feel like it maneuvers really well. It is super agile for its size. I have had some dangerous moments. After this ride, I had to run some errands. I still had plenty of battery left to run those errands. And I was riding barefoot without my gear. And I was just so tired, had a headache. I think maybe from the elevation or something, I'm not sure. And I just kind of, you start to lose control of it at low speeds, like when you're just kind of standing on it, maybe you stand on an angle and it starts to tip over because it's so heavy, it's really hard to get it back and you could really get hurt. A lot of people put their cutout angle too low. The angle cutout, if it tilts to the side, you want it probably at 45 so that if you start to lose control of it, it's a heavy wheel and it starts to tip over, it's not going to keep spinning. The wheel's not going to keep spinning and it will cut out and you'll be fine. So definitely recommend that. Guys, I love this wheel. I'm thankful to leaperkim. It's unfortunate. A lot of people are sending these videos to leaperkim. Oh, look at Zen Lee saying this, blah, 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 blah. It's part of the job, though. I'm used to it. The haters are going to hate while I'm out riding, breaking records. They're probably on their broken wheel or whatever, wishing they could do what I'm doing. So maybe that sounds egoic, but I'm just thankful is the bottom line. I'm thankful for everyone watching this video. I'm thankful for the opportunity I have to get out healthy enough. I've been dealing with a lot of health issues. I've broken many bones since I've been in the EUC community and many other injuries on top of those broken bones. Right now I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling like I could do well in a race. I have a month to train, maybe a month and a half to train on this Oryx. I really feel like I could do well. And so I am thankful for all your guys' support. Maybe I'm rambling a little bit. Let's go ahead and look into the Inmotion wheel, and then we'll end at the top of Mount Charleston. And here you have it, the Inmotion P6, 93 plus miles per hour. Brace yourself. Man, this is a wheel I am excited about. Inmotion has really good quality wheels, and they've been improving. I've heard Marty Bax say that Inmotion is the closest manufacturing company that we have to being like Japan or Western quality, right? That's what I've heard him say, something to that effect. I'm not quoting him properly. If you know what he said exactly, feel free to comment below. But he basically said Inmotion has the best quality, the closest you could get to like a car type of manufacturing. So I'm excited for that. They have also hired 2 cells 1 pack Albert, which I think was one of the smartest hires they could do, because this guy knows wheels. He was a content creator. He was a racer. He understands what the community wants. He goes to the community events. He's the one helping to get things sponsored. So, man, Albert was the smartest guy they can hire. I don't think he likes me anymore because my one Inmotion video where I just kind of said I don't like how they could lock your wheel. That's my only critique, really, of Inmotion wheels lately. I don't like that feature. But a lot of people do. So who cares what I like or don't like, right? It's not a big deal. It's just a feature I don't like. I don't want to be racing this wheel at you know, this is probably free spin. This is probably not actual 90. It probably can't actually go 93 miles per hour. And I was talking to my friend. He doesn't even think it will be really that easy for a human to actually go that speed, because even motorcycles at 80 miles per hour have to start to tuck behind. So yeah, I'm not sure. I would, you know, if a wheel could do it, I want to see it. I'm happy with my speeds right now. 65 miles per hour is really actually pretty hard to achieve, especially if you're getting wind resistance. On the Oryx, I need to be going down a little bit, slight decline, pushing pretty hard. But yeah, it's not too difficult to hit 65. But 93, that's the next level. So I'm curious. We got some comments here on the left. Jacob, what are our comments here? That can't be riding speed. I don't think it is. Come on, NOSFET Technologies, where are you at? That's what people really want, is to see NOSFET come in with a racing wheel. I think they're still like analyzing. Maybe they have something in the works. For me, the Oryx is pretty much what I would want for a racing wheel, just more torque, the size, less weight. So if I could have less battery, like a version of the Oryx that's built for racing with more voltage and less battery, so less weight, that would be perfect for me. The tire and the suspension could be perfect for racing. That's what I would want in a racing wheel. And then make it go 70 miles per hour. That's a good high level. I feel like 70 miles per hour. Okay, let's call it 75 miles per hour. That would be the perfect speed for most races, and just a ton of torque, as little weight as you can with as much battery as you can. Just finding the sweet spots and everything with the fork style suspension. I think the race wheel is the closest we have to being the best race wheel. I just wish it had a bigger tire. So the race wheel with a bigger tire would be perfect, in my opinion. So some comments here. Let's look at the comments on my page here. 7 comments. Ronan's really good at posting stuff. Okay, so U.S. Citizen says 93 miles per hour. Sounds like free spin, yes, which I agree with. Aren't some wheels like that getting... Yeah, so my Oryx free spins at 94. So the Oryx will likely have more top speed than this wheel. We're not sure. This is just speculation, guys. All right, speculating here. Eva, Amazing Racer, says, let's just hope they actually do it. It can't just be Bigot throwing out the super high performance wheels. I agree. Pretty sure NOSFET with their Apex has pretty good start in racing. Can't wait to see their next wheel. I agree. I would love to see NOSFET's next wheel. How are people tricked by emotion deceptive marketing? They advertise the free spin speed and make no mention of that. Just like they did for the V13. They had people convinced that it will be able to go 80 miles per hour. Yeah, that's good points. I just hate how they do that. Then someone mentions it and they restrict comments. They do. Emotion is very... I don't want to say too many things negative about Emotion, but they are not my favorite company in terms of their marketing and their social media stuff and some of their promotions. But they have Albert now, who is like at least steering them in the right direction. They should make Albert the CEO of Inmotion, and I feel like that would be great. And put him in charge of marketing and all that. And I think he could turn that company around because he understands the community really well. So that is what we have for the Emotion P6. What are your guys' thoughts on this wheel? Is it a wheel you're excited for? I'm excited for it. Any company that's stepping into the racing world, Emotion sponsoring TEF1. They are the biggest sponsor right now for racing. I think they're passing Bigot in terms of sponsorship. I don't see Bigot. Well, Bigot is doing their own race, the global race, which allows all the wheels except leaperkim, which I feel like it's just petty. Allow all the wheels. Because think about this, guys. If they allowed leaperkim and all the wheels, it would be a true global race. They would make more money because more people are coming from overseas. The Europeans, who are almost all leaperkim riders and racers, would be more likely to come. So you're getting Europe into the fray. You're getting all these different countries into the fray that wouldn't come because they're leaperkim riders, right? Now, it's most likely that Bigot will win the street race, and then the off-road race, it could be leaperkim. But most likely it will be Bigot. Could be, right? And so all those leaperkim riders are going to be like, wow, we just got crushed by Bigot. And they will start bringing their Bigots back to Europe. That's what would likely happen. But in my opinion, Bigot's just having their petty family squabble, and it's like, no leaperkim. So I think that's a mistake. I think that's a bad business mistake. I think it's a bad racing mistake. I think it's a bad mistake. Nothing against, I love Bigot and everything. I think just this one thing is really holding them back. Their petty family squabbles From my understanding, I have no knowledge about it, really just things I've heard, so I don't know what's true and what's not true. But my understanding, it's a petty family squabble where I think leaperkim broke away because they didn't like the quality of Begode. That's what I hear. It started their own company, and so there's some falling out there. But this is Begode's chance to be the bigger man, to allow all companies, and then to dominate the racing scene. This is their chance, but I don't think it's going to happen unless, I don't know. I don't know what it would take for Begode to forgive leaperkim. I don't know if it'll happen in this lifetime, but it would be good for the community. It would be good for their business. So that's my opinion, guys. Let's get back to our journey up to the top of Lee Canyon.
$8,437. I think we started at 2.
Okay, so we made it to the top on this beautiful wheel right here. All right, we are the first rider in the world to get to Mount Charleston on one charge. Probably I'm the first rider ever to make it to the top of Mount Charleston, even with charging. And it wasn't too bad of a ride, to be honest. I'm at 52% now, so going back is going to be the difficult part. I think most wheels above a 3,600 watt could make it up here, but they would probably all be close to, 20%, and going back would be very difficult. So the question is, can we get back home? Man, how long did it take us to get up here? It didn't even take too long. That was maybe an hour and a half, if that. Looks like the battery went up a bit too. Let's see. Now let's resting. Needed a little rest.
Now we got a regen. We're gonna test to see how good this wheel regens. I'm going slow speed.
Looks like I actually gained a bar back.
So we've only lost 3 bars. If we can keep regenning like this, you want to just let the wheel
of course, I did make it back
coast,
home,
but like
took
give it
it
a
easy.
bit of back resistance. Like you're just braking a little bit. I think that is the best way to get some regen. And then obviously decrease your wind resistance, so you want to stay low as possible. Breathe in the fresh air. This is gonna be my meditation, just regenning all the way back. Welcome to the Zen Zone. All right, we did about 5 miles coming down. We have 43 miles to go to get back to Vegas, and we gained a bar on the regen, but we're at 50% basically, 53%. All right, here's where the regen is. Down.
Everyone that made it to this far in the journey, and if you did, hit that like button, leave a comment what you thought of this adventure and this style of video. If you ever need a wheel or some Grizzly pads or some Pit Zoom accessories, use discount code ZenZone to get yourself a little discount. Until next time, stay safe, keep riding, get off that keyboard, get out there on your wheel. It's still summertime, plenty of time to ride. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, stay in the Zen Zone.